All right, everybody, good afternoon and welcome in to Stick and Hack Reacts. It is Monday, January the 17th, 2022. I'm Adam Grubb from Stick and Hack. That's Keith Stewart, also from Stick and Hack, also from Read the Line, also from Pro Show, from ESPN Radio. The list goes on and on and on of the accolades, Keith. You got to stop doing stuff so that I don't have to promote it every single week. You're just Keith Stewart to me, but to the rest of America and to the golf world, you are a connoisseur of golf media, as well as golf betting now with Read the Line. How'd you do this weekend? That's the first question, then we'll get into the reacts. How did you do this weekend with your picks?
Very good. Very good. Sunday was killer. It was really good. 6-2, couple prop bets, matchups, went 4-2, made my money for the week. It was awesome.
Well,
so you
I'm glad it wasn't too much money because you're still here. So that's good news for the listeners and for myself. All right, let's get into Stick and Hack Reacts. This is what we do every week. We look at what happened over the weekend at PGA and LPGA, and we react to it. It's very simple process and concept. However, sometimes the conversations cannot be as simple as just reacting because we do have opinions. We're entitled to that. So let's start with the Sony Open. This is stop 2 in the Hawaii little island jump that they're doing out there. And this weekend, Keith, you'll be happy to know that I did remember that it didn't start till 6 p.m. And so I was able to watch it. Although, be it right up against football, it's a tough choice for the wild card weekend. However, the Sony Open in Hawaii, Hideki Matsuyama, your winner in a fantastic playoff, and was chasing Hindley most of the weekend, and finally caught him and then ended up winning the Sony Open. Your reaction to Hideki winning the Sony Open in Hawaii?
Hey, big thumbs up for him. I mean, that's his third win in 10 months. He goes the Masters, he wins the Zozo in the fall, now he wins at Wailea. He seems to have figured out the flat stick. I mean, he led the tournament in strokes gained putting. You know, not something that Hideki normally does. You know, he's been around about 10 years, and he's an unbelievable ball striker, but he doesn't roll it very well. And when he does get hot with the putter, he wins. He's now 10th in the official world golf ranking. It's a huge crossover there in Hawaii, where you have a large Asian audience. And now he just tied KJ Choi for most wins on the PGA Tour all time with 8. So, I mean, that's a big deal. I mean, the guy's a hero in Japan. I think it opens the sport to a lot more eyes. I have to give it 2 big thumbs up. I feel bad for Russell Henley. Guy goes out 62, 63 the first 2 days, shoots 65 on Sunday and loses. I mean, for us, you know, it's like an embarrassment of riches. Every week we get these amazing stories, and then the shot, you know, I mean, I'm sure you saw the shot. If not, you saw a repeat of it this morning. 275 yards out, sudden death playoff. This guy hits a fairway wood to 3 feet and wins with an eagle. It's impressive.
It's impressive is an understatement, Keith. So think about everything that's on the line there. And this just shows you how good these guys are. And we talk about this all the time. Everyone talks about how good they are until you see it, until you see them pull things off. And I think over time there, we got used to just great golf because of Tiger and some of the big names that were out there. We were getting used to these impossible, improbable shots. But until you are in the moment of your little club championship there, or even a $5 Nassau with your buddy, thinking about a 277-yard fairway wood, 2-3 feet for the win for a tournament of this magnitude is insane. Now, Hideki has proven time and time again that he is as cool as the other side of the pillow when it comes to pressure. In fact, he shows very little emotion on all fronts. But this was arguably one of the greatest shots that he's ever hit in his career. But more specifically, I would say that is the type of shot that should be replayed and replayed and replayed as far as, hey, here's what happens with these tour pros under pressure. They don't care at all. They just get it done. Was this the best shot that he's ever hit?
Oh, boy. You know, my Hideki Rolodex, I'd have to dig deep on that one.
I think most would.
You know, yeah. I'll say this much, though. I mean, even if you put someone at a distance where they could reach the hole and they had to hit it to 3 feet with the tournament on the line, there's a lot to be said there. I mean, I think there's no doubt, Adam, we could both agree that it's the best shot of 2022. So, you know, I mean, the year will tell us a lot of stories, But at the end of the year, we have to remember this one for the year recap reacts because, I mean, this was a pretty good shot. And, one of the things that's going to get overlooked because that shot was so great was his tee ball on the 72nd hole when he went behind the right tee marker. The 18th hole is that big swinging right to left par 5, and he wanted to get as much angle as he could. He almost teed up behind the right tee marker. It was really awkwardly close to the point where, the commentators mentioned it. I got a couple texts from friends. They were like, is he going to hit that tee marker? That was crazy. And then he made this hellacious swing with his driver and hit it over the corner because he knew he had to make eagle or birdie at the worst. I mean, those two shots that he hit were just unbelievable. So, hey, Matsuyama, big thumbs up. Henley, I'm sorry, but, he's never closed a 36-hole lead. He has won there before. We'll see what happens. He's a great DFS guy, and he can hang his hat on that.
All right, so where are we out of Hawaii now? Are we back to stateside, or what's the situation?
Palm Springs, yes. So now we're 3 hours, Adam. 3 hours behind.
3 hours behind.
Yeah, 3 hours behind the East Coast. Yes.
Got it. All right, perfect. Thank you very much. This is what you'll do for me every week is just make sure I know what time these tournaments are on. That'll be your contribution.
Do the best I can.
All right, let's move on to reaction number 2, and that is the Netflix is come in with some big news. They have been very successful in this last couple years with their F1 driven to success or driven to succeed or some driven to power. Who the hell knows what the name of it is?
Drive
it's
to
an F1 documentary in the moment in following a team throughout the season. And they're doing that now with golf. And they've picked a handful of golfers to follow in a reality series on Netflix that we'll be able to watch, I guess, in real time, week after week, of these players and what they go through. Your reaction to this series, and is this what we need? And number 2, is this going to be hokey?
Ooh, okay. My reaction is that this series, so 2 thumbs up, it's probably even bigger and more important than Matsuyama's 275-yard fairway wood. I mean, after we just talked about that at length. This is huge because what they have done, Netflix and getting in the sports documentary business and the companies that are putting this together, what they have done for F1 viewership. I mean, I know you and I were in the golf world, or at least I am, and, we're immersed in this constantly, and we think that, like, oh, it's super popular and everything, but I can guarantee you, as good as the drama was in the Sony Open, people were watching Dak Prescott, and then they were watching Patrick Mahomes on Sunday night, right? So, at the end of the day, golf still needs more popularity, and to get this series lined up, and the 22 guys that they have so far, Brooks, DJ, JT, Colin Morikawa, all the names that we need. I mean, I know Tiger and Phil haven't signed on, but it's still one of those things where, they have enough names there. Ricky, Spieth, they get behind the camera with these guys. They want to make it authentic. F1 Series Drive to Survive, right. Adam, has done a very good job. Hard Knocks, all of these series. Everyone loves authenticism. And, if you can make these guys become, more approachable, and you can connect with them better. I mean, you think about what they did with the F1 series. Those guys sit in a car with a helmet on. You can't see them. You can't really get to know them. I mean, think about the Kevin Nas of the world walking putts in, or the fist bumps from Tiger. We really get to know the golfers. We really get to see them. This is a huge opportunity. They started, recording everything at the Hero World Challenge. They're going to go throughout the whole year. They got all 4 majors to sign on. I mean, when's the last time? So the 4 majors in men's golf are run by 4 different, entities. So they got them all to agree. They got them all to buy in. They're going to record the whole season. It'll come out in the fall. This is pretty cool. I mean, I think it's really going to take golf to next level viewership. I mean, I think they said in the article I read, F1 viewership in 2018 in the United States was like 500,000. And it went up 70% in 3 years. And now it's almost 1 million per event. And we're talking about events that worldwide, these F1 series races, like 80, 90 million people are watching them. And people are like, well, Keith, what are all these numbers you're always throwing out? Well, I'll tell you this one. Last year, Tom Brady won the Super Bowl and only 96 million people watched. So if there's 90 million people watching an F1 race, this is pretty cool stuff. And they increase that popularity. I mean, this has got to be huge for golf.
I agree. My fear is this, and it's a very simple fear, is that historically, golfers have not been exactly the most electric people to follow. and thinking about, hey, I don't even want to watch golf on a weekend. I don't want to watch them play. You think I want to watch them walk from the media tent to their car? No, I don't. However, I feel that if these personalities that they've picked can be their real selves, and that Netflix and the producers can bring not this reality drama, but the true essence of what it's like to be a pro golfer and what it's like to be in that ring, and allow you the opportunity to be in their shoes, which is what the F1 series has done, which is what Hard Knocks has done. But it gives you that underbelly of the world. Golf is not incredibly exciting for most, and if Netflix can find the right people to tell this story, I think it's going to be amazing. It really is, and your true golf fans are gonna soak it up, and it's going to be must see viewing. However, the casual fan, I don't want it to be a media day where they're giving us the same canned answers. I want to see Brooks and those guys partying. I want to see them, their time away from the course, what they're working on and what they're practicing. I'm obviously super stoked about it because I love documentaries. I love reality documentaries. I love the in the moment, and I love those golfers. And plus, I'm contractually obligated to watch it so that I know what the hell I'm talking about here, Keith. So I think but it also can be. It can teeter, right? It's right on that line of, okay, wow, that was painful, painfully boring to watch. But I don't think that's going to be it.
Well, here's the thing. Let me jump in there. And I knew you were going to kind of bring up this point because, just going back to like the Brooks Bryson thing, as we belabored through the season on that, you got very bored very quickly. So I know this about you. Like you want to get invested in this stuff and you love it, but like so many people, it's easy to get disenfranchised to this stuff when it's not authentic. So I did a deep dive, talked to the PGA Tour, and they have given up editorial rights. So they're basically saying, you guys go run with this. We trust what you did with F1, and we want the same product. So here you go. Now, is Augusta National or is the PGA Tour going to give up complete editorial rights? I don't know if that's the case, but if they're, confident enough to say that and then put this out there and the players know getting in, they're signing off on, they're getting videotaped start to finish throughout certain tournament weeks. I think we have a chance, Adam. I'm saying there's a chance but when this thing is all put together, and if you watch Drive to Survive, they do a good job. It is not boring. I mean, I don't watch any F1 races, but I watch the show because it's interesting, because the stories are good, the people are interesting, and the way that it's shot, it's very 30 for 30. They bring up a lot of good points and things that I learn all the time, and I think it's kind of cool. And I think that people are going to see that golfers are kind of cool, which is a huge stretch to make. And, people root for Jordan Spieth to play well in golf tournaments, but I don't think that, they're looking at him as cool like Kanye West, so, I mean, there's a big stretch there that they have to make, and I think that they can do that. So I'm excited for that, and I hope that they can. I mean, I've been a PGA pro forever, been labeled by a sweater vest and everything and a blue blazer. And, I just think that it's a huge opportunity. I mean, the average age of people that watch golf on TV is 64, Adam.
Yeah.
All right. And it's brutal. Right. And for all the reasons you just said, this can totally become a paradigm shift. And all the things that I love to do that you always bring up, like the betting and the radio and all of this other media stuff, right? That all, is trending towards younger generations and how they consume their sports. And I think this is huge. I give it 2 big thumbs up. I'm excited for it.
All right. So here's my point. I just want to make sure that this is very clear. I see this when we're talking about the Netflix series of Drive to Survive with the F1. That is a documentary on Metallica. And then you've got your golf Netflix docuseries, which is the documentary of Kenny G. In my mind, how do you, and I watched the documentary on Kenny G, which is an actual thing, and it is difficult to watch because Kenny G is Kenny G. And so if you look at Metallica and you look at racing, and then you look at golf and Kenny G, there are some parallels there. What I hope is that they somehow find the magic of rock in golf, and they can make a documentary series that is not just the Kenny G story. That's my point, and that's really all I've waited 15 minutes to say was that point.
Hey, you know what?
Your reaction to that?
As a lifelong golfer, I have a dream, Adam.
Yeah,
and that dream is that you can get past the Kenny G state, and that we can all come together.
Yeah,
right.
That's great.
And that we can observe, right, that these athletes, these professional athletes, have some swagger, have some staying power, and they have the ability to engage you in a way that Enter Sandman does. So allow me that.
I couldn't agree more. Keith Stewart from Read the Line and ESPN Radio in New York, also host of The Pro Show. Find it where you find your podcast. I'm Adam Grubb, Stick and Hack. We do have a third one. That's LPGA Lake Nona. We ran out of time. Sorry, apologies to Matt Damon. But the Hilton Grand Vacations Timeshare Tournament of Champions, whatever the hell, that's this weekend. LPGA, we will have a full reaction to the LPGA opening up their season come this time next Monday. Keith, you're a gentleman and a scholar. Great to see you. Thank you so much for your time as well, as always. And Godspeed to everyone. Good luck to you.
Have a great week.